All right, what up, fans, friends, and family? I wanted to hop on here and make a very quick video, just giving you an update for those of you who are loving the wealth codes that I'm dropping. So, if you recall, earlier this year, I had made a post giving you an idea of how to position your money for 2025. All right, so you'll see here I had made a post specifically saying heavily consider investing into gold, silver, XRP, and Bitcoin, right? So I figured now is a great time. Let's see how we're doing as we're entering the last 3 months of the year. Okay, let's get these out of your way, my big head. Okay, so just a quick Excel file. So just year to date, right? How are these investments doing year to date? So gold, if you started with $10,000, you'll see gold year to date has made 45%, right? So if you started with $10,000, you're at $14,500. Silver, year to date, 55.8%. You can see if you started with 10,000, you're at 15,582. Bitcoin up 21%. You understand, you can see you're at 12,000. XRP up 35.96%. You understand you would be at $13,596, right? And understand we're talking about this because I said you need to divest from cash from the US dollar. And I know for some of you that was kind of triggering. That was like, what? Why the US dollar is so dominant? Here's the deal though. The United States dollar has been losing value for a very long time, and that's projected to continue for quite some time. So you'll see so far year to date, if you had $10,000 just sitting in the bank, that same $10,000 is worth less, right? It's down 11%. So it would be now worth $8,860. So you're wondering, why are my groceries so high? Why is my utility bill so high, right? Why do these things cost so much more money? And the reason is your dollar, your United States dollar that we all love and are so comfortable with, is losing value, which means you're going to eventually be paying more each and every moment that time passes, right? So that's why these wealth code conversations are so important. And I just pretty happy with myself. Um, if you were following the traditional finance advice, the S&P 500, that's made 13.5%. Good for you. However, Team D Walk is doing a little bit better than that, quite a bit better, in fact. But I'm pointing that out because there are truly massive changes that are taking place across the world, and this goes back to what I've been telling you about. Pay attention to the game at a higher level. Don't be so concerned about what's going on with the left versus right and all these kinds of things. And with that being said, I actually want to tell you a part two because I'm not just going to stop at what's been going on so far. I want to point to another thing that I told you. Let me pull it up here. I had talked to you about, you see, Trump made a post, the White House made a post, March 25th, 2025. I had been talking to you about how the whole infrastructure is moving to digital currency. The entire infrastructure is shifting. All right. Now, in on this post, by the way, you can go just straight to Google and type in White House modernizing payments or something like that. You can read this full thing for yourself. But the important thing to note here is I had been telling you that effective September 30th, 2025, these changes were taking place. This was no longer optional. This is required, right? Mandatory. Let me make sure it's crystal clear for everybody. The United States Treasury is making this change. So this is, how when we go buy our things, we interact with banking and all these kind of things. The United States Treasury, where the United States government saves its money or its energy, right? Because I keep talking to you about energy. They are modernizing all of that to digital, aka the blockchain. This is very important because just the other day I was at AutoZone and the guy was helping me fix a battery for my mom's car, and he was like, "Yeah, I stay away from all that digital and crypto stuff. I'm too scared of it." And I respect it. But here's the deal: it's not optional if your government's treasury is transitioning everything to digital finance and currency. So you don't get to stay away from it now. It was cool to say back in 2018, 2020, 2022. We're now in 2025 going into 26, and major shifts are taking place. They're already putting in all the laws, etc. Right? Now, you don't have to just take my word for it, right? Let's control F, teach you something. You can just type in September 30th. Let's read it. Effective September 30th, 2025. The Secretary of the Treasury shall cease issuing paper checks for all federal disbursements, etc. Moving down, all executive departments and agencies shall comply with this directive by transitioning to ETF methods, yada, 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 and other digital payment options. Okay? They're telling you this is effective September 30th. Now, let's time out real quick. What's today? I really hope you took a second to look. Today is September 30th. And then for those, if you're watching this days later, sorry, today is September 30th. What's also happening today? Is there a government shutdown looming? Is there a big shift changing happening, right? Effective today? See, they get you so riled up. I bet you if you go read a paper right now or go read a post of anything about the shutdown, it's going to say the left's doing it, the right's doing it, this, that, and that. There's always the other party. It's always get you worked up and riled up with your emotions. They get us looking this way and they're moving this way. You won't hear any mainstream news talking about the reality of what is taking place that I just pointed out to you. But I told you this back in March. And so now we're here, and I just figured I would check in. And what are the odds that there's a shutdown looming, right? Because they're installing a new system. Since when have you known the new system to be installed and there not be a shutdown or time away or restart, right? Reset, all these kinds of things. All right. So I just wanted to take a moment, give you guys the update on the lay of the land, how we're doing. If you've been following the wealth codes, if you've been signing up to the Reawaken Consulting website, just want to let you know how we were doing. Much more to come, but I love you all. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, I'm here for you. Peace.